Hello, it is 3 p.m. on Saturday. I am in Minnesota office, so the background, everything is a little different. But today's topic is no different. We have been trying to get hold of your attention to tell you what exactly you needed to do right now in this very particular environment. It is a new environment for small businesses, but that's not to say it is a short period of time, temporary environment. It is not. It could go on for the rest of the 10 years, just like President Trump's presidency. That may not just end in 4 years, and they're already plan to extend that into more years. So with that thinking in mind, I want to give you a topic, which is right here in front of you, bracing for more immigration raids. Yes, for small businesses, you are bracing for more immigration raids. So you want to know what they are looking for. You want to know how to prepare for it. If you haven't done a perfect job in your books and record, it is time to say that you have to get it done properly. So you don't end up losing your citizenship. You don't end up being deported in El Salvador where you don't even speak their language. That would be terrifying. Am I right? Just like the reason we bring this up because a lot of our clients mentioned about what they heard. Obviously, the fears are out there. Small businesses are the target, and I will give you the target of immigration rates that is coming from this gentleman, and I will show you his picture. He is the top executive under Trump, and the Trump's gone to take care of this side of business. So we'll get to know them. And of course, before we give you the knowledge that you should have already have, and we want you to know us, know Community CPA, you should have already known us. And we have been here for a long time, since 1998. And I started the business grew. Right now, we have a lot more professionals, and we also have a lot more clients. And what we do has always been to make sure that if you operate a business in US, you want to follow the rules that is put in place. No argument. This is what it needs to be. So with that said, I want you to know our website. You can make appointment with us right on our website to go to appointment. Yes, you will pay. When you have appointment with me, I charge $375 for that 45 minutes you have with me. But I knew I will resolve your problem. And I have not come out of this kind of appointment, tell the other person that, sorry, I feel for you, but I cannot help you. Obviously, I am not an attorney, but I have experiences that our firm, our partners can provide you with the experiences that we have and guide you through the jungle if you are in the jungle right now. And you can also understand how to protect your asset if you follow our website. We also have a YouTube channel right here. It looks like this. If you go to youtube.com, type into Community CPA, you will see this wrong logo come up, and click that, subscribe to our channel. Then every time when we have something to talk about, and you will get a notification. You don't have to come to all of our webinars. We have like too many every week, all the time. But you can choose the one that you want to choose. If you don't have time at 3, if in case that is your nap time, and you can listen to us and follow, knowing that we will actually, after we finish this webinar, we actually put that in the channel, so you can go to find that webinar in particular. So with our firm, because we are accountants, right? So we like numbers. So I made a list of the numbers about our firm. We have more than 12,000 clients, so in our pipeline. And our number, from 12,000 all the way down to number 1, that is our goal for our firm, just one, to serve small business that here in this country with our heart and souls, just because we know where you're coming from. I am a small business owner. I just like you. I walk through those days. I work 80 hours a week. If there's any more hours in life, it is all at work. So I did what you did, and you brought your business up. Do you want to lose your business just because you had an immigration raid one day? Suddenly, you did not expect it, but they showed up. And do you want to lose it all? If the answer is no, yes, you need to listen to me. I wrote 2 books already. My 3rd book is kind of having a hard time to come out. It is 2 p.m. I want to write about expanding the business. But with the big environment, expanding business become a conditional issue. It depends on what rules and regulations that come out of the White House every day or every hours. Because of the rules regulations are changing just so rapidly, the stock market is trying to reflect of what President Trump is doing. It just couldn't catch up. So we are right now in a very unsteady time. I knew those times will pass. The policy will get stable, and the people will get used to whatever that is, even if they don't like it. So you will go through changes and coming into a place where your business will still run properly. You still make money, but you need to have these rules put in place, protect yourself, protect your asset, so you can go on with your life, right? So I'm not telling you that this is the end of the world and that don't live anymore. No, I am telling you that to be so flexible and vigilant about what you already have and what you are going to gain and how you are conducting your behaviors to come through this time. Have you ever heard of term about culture revolution? We are in a American culture revolution. And when you can survive. Most of the people will survive. So, but you want to survive it with knowledge. Knows why you are doing what you are doing, right? That is what we are giving you. All right, a lot of, you may say that, oh, Ying, I don't think I like your channel. And because, I know some of your client did not vote for Trump, but I did. I am safe. And I want to say that if you talk like that, you're no different from the babies in the kindergarten, doesn't understand the university graduate talking about what. Don't be so naive. If you are, wake up, okay? You need to understand. It doesn't matter who you voted. Whether you voted Harris or Trump, it doesn't even matter. American people voted Trump. So Trump is the president. So what he does, it will impact you. That's the reality, okay? So no need to hold on to the Trump voting card and trying to be that to be your shield. You are naive. Here, this is the gentleman, Tom Homan, and he is the one in charge of immigration. Trump administration has emphasized the importance of cracking down illegal immigrants, with a particular focus on employers who hire undocumented workers. This is the government agenda. If you are an employer, if you are a small business owners, and you are there, you are this administration's target. Yes. Tom Homan has publicly stated that the administration would prioritize targeting employers who rely on workers without legal status. So, what that means, what is this English means? The Chinglish or the English, like my way of speaking it, means that they will target small business owners who are not paying the people proper wages, paying them properly through W-2 withholding, and they are under table deals. You pay them cash. These are the priority of this administration. ICE, immigration, has ramped up efforts to conduct work site enforcement operation. What is work site enforcement operation? Work site enforcement means go to your place of business, show up suddenly and have your workers all lined up on the wall, against the wall, one by one, figuring out who has status, who doesn't. If you have status, you as an employer, did you fill up I-9? Do you have a W-4 on file? Show us. That's what I want to know. So you show. The one says, well, I'm not documented. I work here. The boss pay me cash, and that is harboring illegal immigrant. That is a criminal charge. So ICE agent may use different methods to identify undocumented workers, including coming to audit your payroll record. Then go to your office, go to your place of business to see whether you just have 2 employees or you had 30. The rest of 27s are all undocumented. Or they may get a tip from somebody. Well, you got someone mad and they call to ICE, tell them that you are this, you are that, and you are in trouble, right? So there's so many things that small business owners are facing. So don't try to think you're in Disney World and having fun here. And this is the time to look at what you have done in the past, what you are doing today, and what you're going to do tomorrow. And get yourself be in 100% compliance with requirement of payroll side of business. What does that mean? Normally, to a lot of small business owners, you're already paying the undocumented people that amount. You are not really losing anything by reporting them properly on your book. They're just there already. They're your expense in actuality. And what you are hiding is just they're non-documented and you still hire them. That is a no. That is a no from Tom Holman. So you need to figure out how to be in compliance with this requirement. And a recent enforcement example number 1, Gulf Coastal Press in Mississippi. ICE official arrested 18 individuals, and they are from different South America country, Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras, Brazil. They're from different places. But 2 of the 18 has an immigration record and also have a work authorization. The rest of the 16 are all undocumented immigrants, but they are coming from a job agency, a third-party staffing agency. Guess what? The third-party staffing agency might be the one doing the wrong because they give to this company the people who doesn't have a work permit. They are the one going to take the consequences. So ICE got the report. Knowing who they are, they will go follow that agency, and the owner of the agency and is subject to 10-year prison sentence because they harbor illegal immigrants. Not that I'm trying to scare you. I am just giving you real example. This is the picture of the Gulf Coast Press, that company. See how they work. They go in, they put you all against the wall. They asking you questions one by one. Do you work here? Yes. How long you work here? 2 years. How do you get paid? By cash. How much you got paid? $3,000 a month. Do you have work permit? Silent. Did you ever fill up I-9 and W-2? Question to the owner. No? Violation. Detain that person. So 1 is gone. So that process went 16 times. So small business owners, this is what you are facing, and it gives you so much reasons to rethink how you operate. Number two. Example number 2. Tupper Lake Pine Mill in New York. They got immigration raid without notification. So this company is actually owned by Matra Group, which owns this company that they came to raid this company. It is a Quebec, Canada-based custom wood processing company. Quebec-based company, which is a Matra Group, owns this U.S. operation here. So ICE arrested 9 employees, which when they come into the mill, they did not provide any notification. They walk in. They just came in. 9 employees were detained. Detained means locked up. And all of whom were, to our knowledge, authorized to work in the United States. This is from ICE. So we verify all the employees through I-9 process. See? I-9 process. So ICE coming in to look at your I-9. The company is very cooperative with ICE investigation, and also trying, because they detained the 9 people, so they had a labor shortage for a while, and so the company is working on filling up the labor gap caused by the arrest. So as an employer, when this happened to you, in the process of verifying your 9 employees' employment, and you need to know how to fill in that labor gap. You need to figure it out. That is something you want to get arranged, because that immigration raid is part of the movement. It is a part of the thing the White House is doing. It is not me sitting here dreaming it up for you, so you are going to be looking for professional service. We hope that nobody needs professional service. We hope all of you will be so good and done out there, you will not be in trouble. But we knew people are in jail today because harboring illegal immigrants, because they provided them cash, monthly income, and also provided housing and a car. So they are harboring illegal immigrants. So they're in jail. If you can find a good lawyer to defend you, you can be bonded out. But if you don't find a lawyer, then you're just going to enjoy the jail meal for a while. And we also know that there was one Chinese lady was detained and commit suicide in the jail. We heard that. It is not someone I know, but the source, the reliance of source, and making me believe that is true story. That is true situation. I wouldn't even call it story. Story a lot of times tied with enjoyable things, a lesson learned kind of ending. You learn it from story. Situation means that you are in it. It is your current environment. Yeah, it is your current environment. Target sectors. This is straight from ICE, from Tom Tolman. Okay? Agriculture. Agriculture is a target sector. They can come to the field to capture you. It is estimated that half of the crop farm workers lack of legal status, making this sector particularly vulnerable to enforce actions. Agriculture, big target. Construction, big target. About 13% of the construction industry comprises workers without legal status. Increased enforcement can contribute to rising house price due to labor shortage. Without people working, house will take longer to build. Price will be higher. That's not even today's conversation. We just want to tell you that if you are a business owner who owns construction company. And if you are a construction company and a building for public sectors building, for example, if you are building public libraries, I'll give you an example. And in Minnesota, you would have to get E-Verify, so none of your workers could even remotely be unauthorized because they all have to go through E-Verify. The second part of today's talk, I will give you the things you need to know on I-9. We will talk I-9 in great details, so you know what you need to do. Every business owner, everyone, okay? Restaurant and the hospitality industry. Many workers in here are all non-documented, so they know to raid restaurant. Manufacturing. This sector also rely on undocumented workers. So manufacturing, I wonder what John Deere does and what do they have, why they close their shops. It may have a reason. I don't know. I'm not an accountant for John Deere, so can't tell you. I only just read news like you do. So they're closing their factories, and John Deere is experiencing very difficult times with the trade war, and also on this side of capturing undocumented workers. Child care centers. So those are targeted sector. Are you in it? Are you? Think again if you say you are not. All right. Preparing for raid and audit. Raid, audit come first, raid come later. That is actually you're lucky. A lot of times there's no pre-notion. The raid just come. So you need to prepare that. If you get audited, you're already on the map to be raided. So if you're audited, making sure you find people who can defend you. A lot of times, I know you will come across professionals, even law firms and CPA firms, when you go in and tell them that you're being audited and you this, you that, and they actually tell you that just admit you are wrong and get over with it. They work with you as if they are scared themselves. There are people like that. I have to say that I feel sorry for professionals who doesn't know their principle and acting on how the wind blows. But in our professional world, we have a professional conduct that has been there for ages. We follow that. We are here, community CPA are here, doing the right thing. If the government tells us I-9, it is important, there's no other way to do this, folks. And we will help to get you be in compliance. But when we do that, we understand you because we are you. And some people goes, well, who and who are doing that and never got caught? This is almost like to say that who and who killed someone, I can kill someone too. Because he didn't get caught. It may take ages, centuries to get someone nailed. That doesn't mean they're doing it right? Doesn't mean that. It just means that you need to do it right. Okay? So, preparation for raid and audit and compliance with employment laws. It's easy for me to put that as a headline. And for you, and you want to make an effort to be that way. Make an effort. I-9. I mentioned I-9. I'm going to talk about I-9 in great details in the next 20 minutes. And here, you need to know that you need I-9 and W-4 when you have employees. So when the immigration come to you, and you have all your employees standing against the wall, and each one of them should have I-9 and W-4. And if you hire subcontractors, as long as they are in the country, they're not subcontractors overseas. Let's say they are all in the country. They go to your work site to work with you. Those people need to have W-7 and contract. So that's how you are going to prepare your audit. And you want to organize your employee records. Organize it. If you are so bad with organization, hire a professional to organize it for you. Always, if you are not sure about whether you're doing it right or wrong, contact our firm or other CPA firm to do a payroll compliance audit. It is called payroll compliance audit. Do that. Call. Hey, I want to do payroll compliance audit. They know exactly what you want to do. We know exactly what to do for you and to make sure that you're in compliance. Okay? Of course, be prepared. What if? What if these people just got detained? And they won't come out really fast because ICE need time to verify their status and so forth. Verify their things. It's gonna take time. Then for you need to still operate your business, so you might need someone really, really fast. So for you to prepare for that. Okay, so that is something as a business owner that should be your contingency plan. And organize your record, conduct regular internal audit, okay, and do your manager training. Your managers. Make sure your managers are on the same page with you, business owner. You can't have your manager doing wrong things and thinking you didn't know, you didn't see, so you're not responsible. No. It will become your manager and you both responsible. So instead of dictating just one of you, and they will be dictating you and your manager. All right. One of the preparation for raid and audit is to sign up with professionals now. Don't wait for later. Okay? And then start looking into your past record and really start cleaning them up. And if your books record is messy, you know it is messy, then consider to restart, restructure, reorganize your whole business. And then leaving the past with the past. They may still come to haunt you, but at least you started new and it started good. Right? And review your special business situation with professionals and discover ways to be in compliance. So maybe you have to take some of the subcontractors to be your W-2 because they really don't qualify to be a subcontractor. Or maybe they should be a subcontractor, don't run payroll on them and have less compliance, right? So those are the things you really need to be proactive. And you can also follow our YouTube channel, folks. We are absolutely there for you. And there's no other purpose for our YouTube channel is to educate you. So have you hear what's going on out there. Just because you're in your business, so the most you know is probably your friends. And you don't know the situation out there in all these 50-some states. Community CPA, we have clients from every state. We have over 12,000 clients. We have a little climate control here. So we understand it is going to rain, it is going to snow, and what is the best thing for our client to do? We use the YouTube channel as a way to voice our care to you. That's why you are here today. Now, let's talk about I-9. I-9 is something ICE want to see. I-9 is something will shield you from the jail. You want to be free? You want to go to Walmart shopping without any problem? And you want to drive? And you need to got all of people who work for you with I-9. This is first thing for new employee. You want to hire new employee? I-9. Very first thing. That is employment eligibility verification. It's issued by Department of Homeland Security. It is U.S. Citizenship Immigration Services. The form name called I-9. As a business owner, for each of your new hires, You must complete I-9 and have the new employee show you the documents. If you don't do that, you get yourself into trouble with ICE. Then Homeland Security also can come to audit your I-9. They will do an immigration raid if your I-9 is not complete. So how do they audit your I-9? It is not a nice letter come to you saying that on this date, 30 days later, we will be in your office to look at your I-9 filing. Be ready for me. No, it is not 30 days. You got no time to prepare. They want it in 5 minutes. They want it right there when they are in your office. And everybody works in your place need to have I-9. Do you have it or you don't? If you don't, you face jail terms. I don't want you to think you are so special. Oh, I voted Trump, so I'm not going to go to jail. Serious. Don't be so naive. Many employers just ask each new hire to show driver license and social security card. This in itself can be a violation. You also must have a new hire to complete the I-9 and show the documentation copies that you take from the original. So you look at it, not good enough. Make sense? All right. I-9 has 2 sections. Section 1 is complete by the person you hire before this person starts working. No later than the first day of employment. No later. That means it's either earlier or the day he showed up. He needs to finish the section 1. That section 1 is basic information: name, address, birthday, social security number, email, and a phone number. But there is one section that is important, which you have to choose what type of work authorization you have. Number 1, citizen of the United States. Who are citizens? Then you check that box. If not, a non-citizen national of United States of America. The third, a lawful permanent residence, green card holders. Number 4, an alien authorized to work until what day? Sometime the people claimed asylum and to be a refugee, they were issued a temporary work permit. And there is an expiration date or additional information on your I-94, right? So those are the things you need to choose on the section 1. Your employee need to choose. Then your employee sign and the date. This is the form looks like. Basic information on the top, then you choose what kind of work authorization you have, then you sign and you date. Section number 2 is by you, by business owners. Within 3 business days of the new hire employment, you need to finish section 2. What does that mean? That means if the employee was hired on the 1st, the latest time you sign, it is the 4th. Within 3 business days of the new hire get hired. So hired on the number 1 day, number 2, number 3. So your days within, so it's 3rd. It's 3rd you have to sign. Physically examine photo ID, eligibility document. So you have to physically examine it and get a copy. Right? The employee must provide you these following things. Know that it is employees' human right to decide not to give you something but give you something. So you cannot be like having their driver license and the social security card After your examination, you go, your picture looks so not like you, and I want to see I want to have your passport. The employee says, no, I'm not giving to you. I already give you my ID. You have to accept what they give you. All right? But they must provide, you see on my slide, the list A document and or the list B. You don't have to provide all of it. It is either A or B. So in the A, you will have the following things that you can do. You can have a foreign passport with I-9, with the I-94. That would give you the list A. Or you have your U.S. passport, right? That's fine. Or you have driver license, social security card without restrictions. So your social security card cannot have restrictions saying not work authorization. So it has to be a card without saying not work authorization. Then you, business owners, you sign. Know your signature day need to be within 3 business days. So this is the section 2. You see how list A is here? The or is in the middle. So you either do list A or you do list B and C. List B, driver license. List C, social security card. That is actually a lot of employees, most of the employees, and that's how we see, right? So list A is also, U.S. citizen is so simple. You just provide your passport, then that's it. We know that you would have your social security card. And here on the bottom, that's where you sign. You see? You cannot have an I-9 that is not finished. You have to finish the I-9. In terms of employee's choice, A or B and the C document, all employee can choose which acceptable document they present. They present to you on I-9. Everyone can choose. Okay? So you will treating employees differently based on their citizenship, immigration status, or national origin may be illegal. So you cannot discriminate or force people to do. But you let your employee decide. You give them a choice. You can do this, you can do A, or you do B and C. But they don't have to do A, B, and the C, right? Just make sure you are clear with that. Penalty for incomplete or non-I-9, no I-9. Paperwork violation. See, there is a charge called paperwork violation. You're failing to properly complete your I-9. Then that is $281 to $2,789 per form. The other charges is knowingly employing unauthorized aliens. You know they don't have work permit, you hire them. Penalty is from $698 to $27,894 per violation. Depends on the number of offenses. This is just monetary. And this is not to say that you are harboring illegal immigrant, right? This is just to say that you employ unauthorized aliens. It is on the money side. But if you provide housing and provide cars to these unauthorized aliens, then you are harboring illegal immigrants. That's criminal charge. That's where jail sentence come from. E-verification, E-verify violation. Employers using E-verify may face additional charges for failing to notify DHS of continuing employment following a non-confirmation. So if you E-verify this employee and it could not be verified, you're still hiring them and you are not notifying DHS, you are facing penalty, criminal penalty. In case of a pattern or practice of knowingly employee unauthorized workers. Some of our small business owners would say that, well, I don't have money to hire people. I only have enough to hire undocumented workers to do under table deals. You know what? In that case, you don't have a business. That just means that your business model is not good enough to be a business. You need to rethink how to do it differently. We want every business to be successful, but taking such a risk to be charged criminally, not worth it. Just absolutely not worth it. And if you come to us to talk to us of your situation, we want you to do a business that you can make money. You should not be in that water. That's wrong. That's why there's so many business classes, so many talks about how to help small business to grow. And if you are in that kind of situation, you obviously don't have a future to grow. But if you can come out of that situation, you might become a very solid, good business. Let's just wish all of you do a solid, good business. If you work hard, you're not lazy, and you are doing business not meeting what you have to pay, you need a good business consultation work with professionals. Let them tell you what to do so you can be successful. Okay, how many times you hear E-Verify? Have you heard that a lot? So what does E-Verify do to you? E-Verify is actually a real-time verification of I-9 document. You know how you fill up I-9? We talked about there's a list A, list B, and C. So E-Verify just a real-time verification whether this documentation is true or not true, or with issue or not with issue. So E-Verify, it is a tool for employer, for business owners to know whether you hired a good documented immigrant or it is having issue. E-Verify uses the information from the Form I-9, so you have to finish your I-9, then you start doing E-Verify. So there are, every state has different rules. I want to quickly show you this map here. We're going to stay on this map a little bit because I want you to see what that is. This is E-Verify requirement by state. Not every state require E-Verify. So if you are a small business owner and you got a copy of the green card, you got the copy of the driver license or social security card, do you have to go on E-Verify to see whether these are real? And a lot of small business don't even know how to get onto E-Verify. They already got through so much trouble to get through I-9, or they don't even know how to do I-9. They're relying on their CPAs to do I-9 for each of the employee, whatever. So maybe you have a difficulty, but you want to look at your state, what is required. So let's look at it together. Our firm, we have branches in California. So let's take a look at E-Verify. So it's orange. It's the same as Illinois. It says restricts E-Verify usage, which means that you do not use E-Verify to confirm anything. You only need to finish I-9 to meet the federal requirement. That's it. Okay, that's California and Illinois. We also have branch in Minnesota, which is a purple state. The purple state says that the E-Verify only for public employers and or contractors. Public employers and contractors are the government hired or contracted businesses or the businesses that work for the government. For example, home care. You know, in the home care, you are you get the public dollars. So you are working your business. Those business need to go through E-Verify for their employees. You may say that, oh yeah, I have a home care business, but I only do subcontractors. That's fine. You don't have to do E-Verify, but you need to do W-7 and also what? Contract, right? You must have a proper contract with your subcontractors to make sure that they are not qualified to be your employee. So that's purple state. So we also have branch in Iowa. Branch Iowa says no E-Verify requirement voluntary. That just means that you don't have to do it, but you can do it. And we also have branch in Texas. Texas is also a purple state, which means that it's the same thing as in Minneapolis and Minnesota. And you don't require, private businesses don't require. And especially if you don't get government dollars, you're making money, you're spending your own money, and those employers do not require to go through E-Verify. And you can just do whatever you're doing right now, but make sure you got your I-9 in place, right? And we have two examples about the Florida and the California. I'll just focus on California. So California is an orange state, remember? So it doesn't require. They don't want you to use E-Verify because the state don't require that. Okay, that was effective on January the 1st, 2012. So what do you think? Do you think they will change their rules? Now Trump is the president. Maybe, I don't know. So we monitor that. So if you're working your payroll with Community CPA, and we monitor those things, we will tell our employer. We will say that, you know what, you need to do E-Verify because it's required by law. Then you do. And if you're not required, we don't really force you to do anything, because obviously when we get involved in things, there's service charges and things like that, we also care about your pocket. We don't want you to spend money for additional services that is not required by law. No need. We can always spending money on all kind of things, but we want you to spend minimum dollars and for professional service to keep you on track, keep you legal, keep you proper. That's our goal. All right. Then of course, other than I-9, remember employee also need to fill up W-4. So when you hire employee, you must have them to fill up I-9, and the other one is W-4. W-4 is employees withholding certificate, which if you don't withhold properly, you also have penalty. You, the business owner, you have penalty. You know, for state with personal income tax, and the state W-4 is also required. Of course, not Texas. But California, Minnesota, Iowa, those are all our other states. We all have to do W-4 for the state. Okay? And then, of course, how do you fill up the W-4? You know, the employee fill it up. They write their name, address, social security number, and tax filing status, right? Then they use the IRS calculator to figure out, you know, if they have two jobs, second jobs, and they fill up. So then the you know, to fill up how much they should be withheld. So the number two step, only if it makes sense to you, but normally people don't have situations, right? The step number 3 is to claim your dependent and other credit. So of course, you know, if you have dependent, you fill up how many dependent you have. But just keep in mind that your spouse is not your dependent, okay? Your spouse is not your dependent. And your cat and dogs, also not your dependent. Don't make mistake. Because we have people making mistake. They have 4 dogs, so they put 4 dependent. Dogs don't have social security number. If dogs has a social security number, you'll put them in as dependent. It's okay. All right. then you need to have your employee to sign, right? Then your employee or you, business owner, need to sign too. I want to tell you that there is a penalty for underpayment of estimated tax. So when your employee go to fill up their tax return, you know, it happened, okay? It happened to one of our business owners. The employee was accused, the business owner withhold too little. So they have to pay so much taxes. They actually refuse to pay taxes. They come back, accuse the boss. Why are you not withholding enough tax on me? I have to pay $5,000. I don't have the money. You better pay for me because you should withhold for me properly. So of course, we are the one process the payroll for our client. So we went back, look at why did we not withhold this employee properly? Guess what happened? The employee fill up the W-4, put 8 dependent. He has no withholding. 8 dependent. So that's why he has to pay taxes, because he doesn't have 8 dependent. But it is not the employer's job, it's not my client's job to make sure that we go to your house to take a look whether you have 8 kids or not. So you put in 8, you don't have withholding, good for you, but when you file taxes, you end up paying taxes, that is your responsibility. So our client got back to them, give the employee a copy of what he filled in, so they shut up. Being a business owner, I know how much you love your employee. I know. But you cannot not protect yourself. You need them to fill up W-4, withhold properly, so they cannot come back to you, ask for $5,000. That is a real story. And it's not even one. We have come through those situations a couple of times, and which make my heart hurt, because I know how good our small business owners are. We treat our employee like our family members. And if they say they have 5 kids, we believe it. We give them, we process the payroll, and so they don't have to pay withholding, because that's what IRS says too, based on the income. But if you didn't withhold right, this is your penalty. There is a penalty on taxpayer. If taxpayer did not pay the smaller of 90% of current year taxes or 100% of prior year taxes. So your employee faced penalty, they will come to you if you did not have W-4 to defend yourself. Withholding will help employee to reduce the tax burden. Knows how important that is, right? Business owner, I will tell you, it is our responsibility to do what we need to do. And this webinar is made for the good-hearted business owners. You know you have very strict requirement. And I say you need to start doing that right away. If you don't think you're doing the right thing, give us a call and talk to one of our partners. I'll show you where she is. And engage a payroll compliance audit. Let us help you to figure out what you are doing wrong, how you can fix it going forward. So this is our YouTube channel again. And you know it's a round logo, so you can find us easily. Subscribe to our channel. And also, this is our partners. And pay attention to the last one you have here, Kwan Chamjungwad. And she is our payroll guru. She is tough. She'll make sure you're in compliance. That's what she does. And she is a powerful, small package. She's not tall and a big build. She is a small Asian lady, but tough in compliance. And I trust every work she does because she does that. So you call her up and talk to her, have a payroll compliance audit. And if you don't want to do the whole thing, just want to ask her and sign up with her on the Zoom video call, so you can actually book her time. I think she charges $250 for 45 minutes. you'll get all your answer in place after you meet her. All right. Again, this is our logo. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And this concludes my today's talk. And I really wish you learned something. I really wish you take my words to heart. It is time to come to compliance with everything that is out there. And this administration is serious with what they want to do. They're not joking around. They're doing it very fast. All right, I'll talk to you.